Hey guys, it's Sheena again. Welcome back to my channel Luna Rosu, and today I am excited to showcase my first ever design team project for A Whimsical Adventure. And this is a sort of a bohemian, well mostly bohemian with touches of florals in there. So let's get to it. This one is from, this is from one of the pattern paper packs from A Whimsical Adventure, which I will link all the description and all the links that I've from the papers that I've used and the kits that I've used in down in the description box. So this is from the Damask pattern paper pack. So I decided to showcase that because this, I feel like this is very bohemian. I love it. I really love pattern papers. You probably can't tell. So I decided to just let it have its moment on the cover, and then I've just added a bit of sari trims here. So there's a bit of purple and red, and then I did a sort of a mini cluster of buttons with this little charm that dangles on the bottom. And something different that I've done with this journal is I've added a little peephole down here. I was looking through old books to purchase online, and I came across VC Andrews. I think she's pretty well known, and a lot of her older covers, which I love the older covers, they have these little peepholes of the character pictures on there. So I thought that was like really cool. I decided to incorporate a little bit of that in this journal. There's a charm here that's a key. And then on the inside, hold on, let me focus. On the inside, this little pattern paper on the back is also from the A Whimsical Adventure kit. I think this is from one of the Wheel of the Year Mabon papers, pattern papers packs. So I absolutely love that. I've just made the front here into a side pocket, side tuck spot, added some vintage ticket ephemera, and then on the inside this is a printable library card. This one is also from the A Whimsical Adventure. This is from the A Crown of Flowers kit. I added a vintage envelope on the cover, right on the inside of the cover really, so the owner could journal around here as well. Some vintage postcards, and then I just made a sort of a little floating pocket, so you could tuck something in here. Hold on. And then just a bit of collaging on the bottom. This is also from the pattern paper. I think when you're doing journals, when you're looking at kits or pictures or what have you to work with, there's always one picture that really, you know, jumps out at you and, you know, sort of makes everything easier with, you know, when you have a goal in mind on what you want to do. And for me, the picture was this one, this sort of a bohemian lady here. I thought that was so pretty, so romantic, and this was the one that did it for me. I wanted to use this as a cover actually, but I kind of wanted it to have sort of a more neutral cover instead of having pictures of people on the cover, so I decided to include that on the inside of the journal. And you notice that the pattern papers, there are like little flowers here and there. I decided to just go over with metallic acrylic paint just to highlight small little details, just to add small little details when you're doing journals. Vintage book page, some vintage receipt. I made a pocket out of an envelope right there, and then I've added a vintage leather in there. This is also one of the background papers from the kit. Some vintage dictionary. This journal has more room to journal and also more fabric tabs. This little sort of postcard bit here, pocket, this is from A Crown of Flowers as well. I think this was meant to be a paper, if I'm not mistaken, sort of like a page, but I decided to just size it into a pocket, and then I just added a wax seal just to put a bit of detail on it. This is also another floating pocket inside here. There's a sheet from one of the Sears catalogs right there. So just to give a bit of contrast to the main image here, some leisure paper, roses, and then more graphic tabs. The owner of this journal loves a bit of flowers, loves a bit of moon images, so I decided to just include this in and just made a bit of acrylic paint. And then just some vintage checks here. Again, more graphic tabs. This is also from one of the Damask pattern papers. I really love Damask patterns, so I think they're very versatile. You can use them in pretty much all sort of genre or themes. So I would definitely recommend purchasing the Damask pattern just because it's just so versatile. And then we've got a bit of fabric clusters at the bottom right there. In the center we have this vintage postcard of this beautiful lady. This one is who I envisioned the journal to have been owned by. There's no specific sort of how do you say this, like ownership of the journal, but I wanted the owner to have sort of an idea of who could have owned this journal, and you could keep it as a piece of ephemera as well. This lady is super pretty, and I absolutely love her fabrics actually. And then we also have this little notebook notes down here. This is from the Crown of Flowers kit as well. This is actually already on one of the image documents that's already resized for use. It's sort of one of the collage sheets. So just print them out and then just trim them according to the size, and then that's how I made this little notebook section right here. And because the bottom on the print says notes, so I decided to use that. Yeah, so this is another pocket right here. I've included one of the religious ephemeras here, some vintage recipe cards, and then this little printable postcard is also from the kit, which very important, I think, also includes like one of those not pattern papers, vintage crunchy looking images, which you can just print on the other side of whatever ephemera piece that you're printing. If you don't have time to coffee stain or make it look grungy, so you have this image here that you just can print on the back, and it just completes the whole look of a vintage journal, I think. We have a fabric tab here with a boho charm. This is a pocket right here. I've included another ephemera piece here, and also this one is part of one of those coupon stamping book. Fabric tabs. And then this side, I have included one of the real mini envelope right there. This is also from the kit. I absolutely love these. These are like tickets. So just go around, stain them. I did a bit of staining using a ruler on the side here just to give a bit of more older effect. And then I just put some of my own vintage stamps here. And then this pattern paper here, this is also from the Damask one. Like I said, it's very versatile. If you have a really big pattern image on one side, it's kind of nice to have sort of a smaller pattern on the other side just to balance out the image. And then this is one of the images of moons that I've included for the owner. Fabric tab as well. This one has a sort of a star charm right there. A bit of a mini fabric cluster here just to go with the boho vibe. Like I said, this journal has lots of room to journal. I decided to make it that way. And then some dictionary pages. And then here is a pocket with a lot of clusters on the bottom as well. This is a side tuck. And then on the inside, I've included a rose printable and then one of those air letters. This is also from the kit. Very pretty, very vivid, bright colors, which I love. It just makes everything else stand out even more. This is also from the kit, another one of my favorite images. I don't think she's a fairy, but she's very, you know, in tune with nature. There's florals around and she's holding sort of like a magical, I don't know, this could also be one of, if you're doing a fairy themed journal, it could work as well. Did some collaging on that one, and then some vintage receipt papers in there. I reckon this could also look really pretty as the front cover as well if you're doing that. Vintage recipe, sorry, vintage receipt, sorry. Some fabric tabs right here. This is a pocket as well. Again, these two are from the A Whimsical Adventure. Like I said, because this one is very huge, this background, so you want to contrast it with something like a smaller pattern, smaller repeated pattern, so it sort of balances out. And then, like I said, because this pattern paper has the small little flowers that sort of pop out on the page, you could actually go around like I did with some gold acrylic and also some blue metallic paints here and there, just to sort of give that extra little detail. And then finally we have on the back a fabric pocket right here, and then finally on the back, again, that's from the kit. This is also from the kit, which I love, so you could, you know, the owner could journal on it as well and on the back as well. So yeah, so that is my design team project, my first ever. I absolutely love the pattern papers the most. I have to say, I don't really do a lot of, you probably noticed I don't use a lot of kits, but the difference with A Whimsical Adventure is in the kits, they have the collage sheets, but they also have the individual images that she used to make the collage sheets. So you'll have access to that and you can print them however you please. So you could just print it out to, you know, become a journaling card if you wish to, or even a whole page if you wish to. So there's lots of options, you know, styles that you can use to when you, even if you download the kit, you know. So I really like that. I love the versatility of it, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's kind of a short video. I'm trying to keep it not over 20 minutes as I always do. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!